Hello, I'm Sam Crowe from Claritystamp, UK. Welcome to YouTube Tuesday. Today I'm going to do quite a mild little project for me. I'm using Sam-shaped stamps, which is my design, so I'm really happy to be able to use them. So these are the stamps. There's two sets. You've got your diamonds, oval, jigsaw and oblong, and then you've got your triangle, circle, hectagon and square. So two really good sets. I use all of the shapes. I love them. There's so much you can do with them. So I want to show you one thing today that I do with it. So this is a card that I'm going to make today. And I'm just literally playing with the shapes, the inks and the stamps. I love to make tiny little pieces of art and building it into bigger pieces of art, because you've only got that little area to concentrate on, and it's a lot of fun. There's no pressure. You just got to decorate each little bit and it builds into one picture. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to start. I'll put that aside. Get a piece of card. I'll keep it as a guideline because I've set this image to be stamped in a certain way because I know it works with the size of the card. So with each shape, you get an outer line, an outline basically, and an inner, an infill. So I'm using both today, and this is what I'm going to play with. I'm going to do the outline first, so to set where I'm going to put my images. So I'm starting to come along the middle first, and then I'll build up from that. I'll just get my ink pad. And I'll get a clean piece of card. Just a normal day crafting for me. Right. So I'm going to stick this in it. See how quickly I changed my card then. I'm not used to doing that type of thing. Right. So I'll move the lady out of the way. I'm also going to be using the Sketch Lady today. She's one of my favourites. Barbara Gray designed her herself, and I just absolutely love her. And one of Tina's flower stamps as well. So I'm going to line this up. So give me a guideline from the last one. But generally, you start on the left and just move across. I'm doing 4 stamps across. I don't want to reach that edge, so I'm keeping them quite close together. The first one I'm bringing off the edge, so it just looks not too uniform. So I'll just like that. Sorry about Barbara's mat again. So I'm just going to give it a little gap and come across. Just keep it in line. There you go. And then that sets my my main line, and I'll work from that then. So I'm going to come up here. So I'm counting in 1, 2. So I'm going to come in this gap here. And then I'm coming from that one. If you can see, it's 1, 2, and then I'm going back up that way. So 1, 2, and up. And I'm just kind of coming in, trying to keep the lines together of the side of the diamond, like that. The reason I'm being particular is because I know that aesthetically this works. It looks right. But if you can do it any way you want. It's just the fun of filling it in, really. So I'm going to come along here. Then down there. And then one more in the middle down there. And if it comes off the page, that's fine. It just works. So put that aside a minute. Put that aside. So that's what we've got now. That's our basics of the card. Got a little gap there. That's fine. It looks slightly different every time, but it's this bit, the next bit, that's a fun bit. So this is what we're doing it for. So I'm going to get the infill stamp, and I'm going to start just filling some in. If you can see here, some of them are totally filled in, and some of them have just got little bits of white. And I'm going to do those bits last. I'm going to fill these ones first. So I'm literally going to start. I'm going to just put some yellow down, it's yellow. It's actually Distress Ink. It's mustard seed, just to give me a guideline of where I'm filling in. So I'll put a little piece of paper under there too. So because I see through, obviously you can keep coming back to the right area. So I'll do up there. I'm going to fill these two here. So this, you know, this is just literally guideline. I'm going to come back and play in a minute. So then that's that one. Right. So they're my fill areas. So I'm going to come in with the blues and the purples and just mix them up a little bit. Sorry, Barbara, these are your pads. Might have to replace them when I finish this. So I'm getting a little bit of blue on. I'll just do the blue first over there. Obviously, it's going to look a little bit green because I've put it on top of the yellow. So you just pick your favourite colours to do this. If you go over the line, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put a little bit purple. Come down here. Right, so this is what I'm starting to look for. I'm starting to look for a bit of grunginess or a little bit of interest. We'll be adding lines and things. Just literally using the ink pads as our paint, so to speak. So I've got my purple there. I'm going to come in with a little bit of blue now. And I'm just going to touch it on the edges here, like this. I don't want a full colour, so I'm just touching the edges of the stamp. And I'm going to come back in on here and just give it a little line across like that. Now that one's quite dark, so it doesn't show as much as it would on some. So I'll do that with the blue now. Just touching the edges. I'll have one coming across the middle. So I've gone down the edge there, and across the middle there. And I'm going to come in. Now I'll have a little bit of each of these colours. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of that. I'm looking for this here. Just this little bit of shadowed ink. There, and we've got that. So I'm happy with that. So then we'll come back in again. I'm going to slip in some Distress Oxides. And I'm being brave. I've never done it with these before, and I'm going to see if it works with these as well. So, because I do like the Distress Oxides. So I'm going blue. And it's patchy on the stamp, but that's fine. Because, you know, I don't want perfect here. So I come in down on this. I'll go up this one. And down there. So you can, you know, you can double stamp as well. I'm quite liking this. You know, it's a different look to the original, but it's nice and cloudy. I like that look. Every single one you do is going to be different though. So I'll bring in a little bit of the pink. Try not to mess up Barbara's stamps too much. Ink pads, I mean, too much. So I'll stamp that off. So let's see what we get here. So I'm coming back over some of these with the pink. Do it again. Right, so I'm going to come in to one of the white ones. I'm going to do a few lines. So I'm just literally picking up off the side of the ink pad like that, just across the middle of the stamp. There you go. That's exactly what I want. So now you can see it's got a little bit of the colours in. It's starting to look like a tiny little piece of art, isn't it? It's like a tiny canvas in my head. So I love it. I'm going to come across to this one. And then I'm going to go up to that one. So this one I'll bring a little bit of the blue down, I think. So one thing I would say, and you know, even for me, I do mix my ink pads up. I would never stamp on an oxide ink pad and then put it into a distress ink pad, because that would really would damage it. But if you did it the other way around, I don't think it would. So I'll mix the distress inks together and the oxides together, but not the two, because one of them it's well, the oxides are totally different kind of ink, aren't they? So So I'll come over here. I think it would be almost like putting paint on your distress ink pad. It just wouldn't work properly again after that. Right, so I got my blue there, and then I'm going to come across with the yellow, do it the opposite way and just see what I get, really. I'm just having a play now, really. So, need a little bit of the pink, so I'll make sure my stamp's clean again. I'm going to do, so again, I'm going to touch it top, middle and bottom. I just want some lines coming across. So I'll just tap the edge like that. Don't know if you can see that, but you can see the 3 lines. This is what we're looking for, a bit of art. So I think I'll do a little bit of an edge as well. So I'm just going to tap the edge into there as well and see what we get there. So I'm coming down to this one. It might not show because it's quite a dark colour underneath, but it might. There you go. So we've got these little lines. Just gives a bit of interest, doesn't it? So I'll come back up. Add some lines to this one that's quite clear. So there you go. So it's all matching in now, see. So the only one that's not really matching is that one. So I went a little bit dark to begin with, but it doesn't matter. Once I stamp an image in, that'll all disappear. So I'll try the pink once more to bring it back, and if it doesn't work, I'm not that worried. So. And then I think this needs a bit of a stripe. See, I say I'm finished, and then I'm not finished really. Right, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm happy with that. So I shouldn't have done the pink. We all know that now, but never mind. So you can't do this wrong because it's just about playing, enjoying your ink pads really, you know, and your stamps. Just put them aside for later. Right. So then the next thing I would do is get a piece of paper. I'll stamp the outer image and just make myself a little, like the opposite to a mask. We want an outer mask. So, and then I would just cut that out, but here's one I did earlier, so I'll use that one. Or maybe I won't, because it's a bit, you might not be able to see what I'm doing, so I'll quickly cut this out. Sometimes the littlest jobs take the longest, don't they? So, right. So I've got my little diamond cut out. So I'm going to go back to this card. I'm going to get my sketched lady. So, so I'm gonna stamp her there, and there on here, because I've done this a lot of times. I know what balance is. So you're looking for your 3s and your 5s. We're all working 3s and 5s. So you just need something up top, something down bottom, something towards the middle to balance a whole card out. So, but there's no rules. You just do what you want to do, really. So I'll start with the up top, and then I know where I am. Just get that. Just put my mask over the diamond. And then stamp her. So there you go, there she is there. So I could come back later and just titivate a little bit there and just colour a hat in and give her a dress or whatever. So, but I won't do that on this video because, you know, you could just do that yourself. So, and then I come down here. There you go, so she's in there. And then, so you can see where I've done them a little bit dark. You might have a little bit of problem seeing her. So this one, white pen just comes to mind. I would definitely go around that with a white pen. So you can see on this one, because it's pink, she stands out more. So, but whichever way, whatever happens when you're playing, there's always a solution to make her stand out a little bit more. So then I'm going to bring her up here. But once you've done a card like this, it's quick and easy. Like at home, I would have had this finished by now. So you could make a stack of these and just have a bit of fun, and then you've got them ready. If it's someone's birthday or something, you can just grab one, can't you, and turn it into a birthday card. So, or whatever card you need. So there you go. There's the 3 ladies. I actually quite like them dark like that, to be honest. So then it needs a little something else. So I'm going to bring in the word from the word chains. I'm going to bring beauty, because she is a beauty, isn't she? So I'm going to stamp the same as here. I'm going to stick the same. I'm going to just bring it into here. Put on a little on a block. Look at this. Every time I put a word on a block, I always put it on back to front, and I don't know why I do that. Any hints and tips, just let me know. So that's what I should do, put it down first, isn't it? So what I'm going to do, I'm just taking the BAU and then putting the UTY in the next diamond. So there you go. So stamp it again. So that's my beauty, and that stands out nice because it's nice and light round there. So I've kept it light on purpose there. Put that stamp away, and then I'll get Tina's flower stamps out. I love this little stamp. If you see, it looks gorgeous just peeping out of these. So I'm going to stick to this format. So I'm going to do one there, and one. I've missed a diamond out. Did you notice that? I'll just put it somewhere else. So get my mask back. I'll do it in here. Can you see now, like that actually looks nice against the black, the dark background. And you could just highlight it slightly with a white pen, or you could just get a paintbrush, just slightly wet it and just lift some of that ink back off, because that's the oxide ink there, so I could lift it back off. So I'm going to come in here. Oh, that one looks beautiful, see? So look at the background with that, with the little stripes and everything. Just a little piece of art. That's what we like, isn't it? And then one more. I'm going to do down here. I would have done this one here, but I didn't stamp that one. But I'm not too worried. So I think I'm just going to do a tiny bit of titivating on there, and then is that still a thing people say? Don't know. So I want to come back in with I just feel I want a couple of little edges or something. So you can just come back in maybe with the blue, because it is quite dark now. I'm just gonna literally press my stamp there like that. And maybe bring it across down here, because that wasn't looking like very much. I almost feel like it needs a flower, so I might put a flower in it. But at the moment, I'll just do shaded edges and then see what we get. Yeah, I think that's more or less it. I'll put my flower in, because you don't have to stick to the format, do you? You're doing pieces of art, so if it's your art, you do what you want with it. So I'm just going to have one flower coming in like that. There you go, I'm happy with that now. So I might stamp my other little diamond later, but I think it still looks okay. So there you go. That's card. So I hope you have a little play. I'm getting ink everywhere. I hope you have a little play, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy playing with the shape stamps. And I hope you enjoyed the video. So, and if you did, please like and subscribe down on the button down below. Please don't forget to visit Barbara's blog. She's one that inspires us all, isn't she? She does a fantastic blog, and that's barbaragrayblog.com. Well worth a visit. And if you'd like to buy any of the products that I've used today, go to claritystamp.com. So thank you for joining me. Goodbye, see you soon.